In our reading from the book of Revelation, there's a beautiful image that is simply called Jerusalem. And Jerusalem is on the mountaintop. And we see it as this united community of people, as the city is supposed to be, and in peace, as the name Jerusalem implies. It's a beautiful dream or hope, a description, if you will, of the kingdom of God. But our experience is very different. In reality, we see division. Even Jerusalem itself is divided into 4 parts. People living with each other, but bearing a lot of animosity against each other. And in our world, of course, we do not see union, we do not see peace. And so Jesus has given to us his gift of peace, and we ponder, well, why is it not established? Why do we not see it? Is it possible that we continue to try to achieve peace in the world's way, while ignoring the more challenging way of Christ? In our first reading from the Acts of the Apostles, we have what is called the Council of Jerusalem, the very first council of the church. And I believe what we see here is one of the most important times in the church's history, and very important lesson for all of us in achieving this elusive peace. When they gathered together, and it would be important to try to put ourselves in that place and time. The Jewish people who had grown up believing that the law of Moses must be followed exactly. Believing that in order to be saved, one must be circumcised, as was proclaimed. Now that thought is being challenged. How difficult it would be even to consider the possibility that I was wrong or that things need to change. So what we see them doing is gathering for this council, deliberately meeting to discuss and to debate, including some real listening to each other. The story, which is not included in our first reading, if you want to get the whole thing, go to the Acts of the Apostles and read the whole story of this Council of Jerusalem. But it tells us that Paul and Barnabas came and they reported what had happened, their experience as they traveled in their missionary journeys. And as more and more people who were not Jewish decided to follow Christ. There were also the spokesman from the old way, speaking of their conviction that we must follow the law of Moses. There was debate, and we are told, kind of a hot and heated debate at that, as we might imagine. Peter is the one who stood up and really changed the hearts and beliefs of the people, as he also reported what he had experienced and the conversion of the Gentiles. James is the one, as the leader of the church in Jerusalem, who proposes a compromise that we have read in our gospel today, or in our first reading today, and that was agreed upon. We see that they allow the people of strong feelings and conflictual feelings to live in peace and unity with each other. The Council of Jerusalem has been helpful then as the church has continued to deal with various topics that were difficult, the various heresies and the things that happened in the history of the world since the time of Christ. It is a model for us then as church people. But I think also it's a model for our world, for our nation, and even for our families, as we ponder the things that divide, those things and topics that do not have easy solutions. Some examples, perhaps health care or immigration, the abuse scandal in the church, along with clericalism, or even the very difficult topic of abortion. You see, as adults, when we are praying and contemplating our relationship with God in the church, it's very important that we dig up some old beliefs and see if they are true. Sometimes this will happen automatically to us because of life's experiences, where something I believe is no longer trustworthy. And I have to ask a question that I never asked before. Or perhaps there's something that we just held as the truth, even though it was never so. An example. I'm sure many of you, someone has come into your life and told you divorce is a sin. I know people have told me that. Or that someone who's divorced cannot go to communion. Not true. The church nowhere treats divorce as a sin. And who needs more to be fed by the Lord and to be loved by God than someone who is struggling with the pain of divorce? And so we have these assumptions that we have to bring up and challenge. And that's what we see happening in the Council of Jerusalem. Jesus gives to us another example, and that is peace. In our culture, in our society, peace can mean one of two things. Either it means this kind of a warm feeling of safety, or it means no active violence, no war, if you will. But the two sides staring at each other with hatred still does not involve in conflict. And it's no wonder our superheroes would be people like Superman, who win the peace through force. That's not Jesus' way. It's not his teaching. And as long as we look to the military or the police or some other force to establish peace, this world will continue as it has since time began to be written down, looking for peace in all the wrong places. Can we see clearly the difference between Jesus' gift of peace and the world's way? True peace begins for us with the decision to follow Christ and his way of living. Self-sacrificing, love, empowered by the Holy Spirit. Christ's peace comes to us when we let go of all selfishness and seek instead justice for all of our brothers and sisters. It can never be peace for me. It must be for all. Pope Paul VI is the one who reminded us that if we seek peace, we must live justice. We must work for justice and teach justice for all. This peace is not a feeling, but it's a lot of hard work. And will only be achieved, we know, with the help of the Holy Spirit. That's why we begin today praying in earnest for the coming of the Holy Spirit, which we will look at and celebrate even more deeply on Pentecost and Holy Trinity Sunday. When people disagree with one another about deeply held convictions, especially those based on religious beliefs, coming to a peaceful agreement is no easy task. We have seen in our own country, for example, the violence that has even happened and is threatened over such topics as health care for all. should not be something that creates this conflict, but instead where we can agree and help one another to have that basic gift of health. So through deep and respectful listening to all sides, careful attention to what the Spirit is doing in our world today, study of the Scriptures, and reflection on the traditions, respectful debate and discussion, times of silence, and prayer. These are the tools that the first Christians used to establish peace within the church. In this way, people of differing opinions could live together and worship together within the church. It worked for them, and they have left it to us, inscribed in the Scriptures, as an encouragement to seek His way of peace. A peace that will not be short-lived, but rather a peace that will eternally endure.